you get me.
Yeah.
So that the only reason why that we can do things that just follow trend is that it's like what he said, that is when we disconnect ourselves from the person who made the tree. And because we now have machines that can give us a beautiful curves on our sticks, on our planks, it now seems that those people, the tree does not really matter. And that is when we kind of deviate from the purpose of God, and we can go into the worldly things, which is not divine.
Thank you. Thank you, viewers, and those who are here this evening. Kayode is here. It just came. Let me just tell you that. So that, but you are welcome, Kay.
Yes, sir.
I think it was due to the rain, I'm sure. Well, if not that, you would have been here earlier. But there is something I want to ask. I want Mr. Ayola to help us talk on this. As Christian, how can technology be a tool to help me develop my faith?
Well, you said something the other time. You said you are not a tech person, and I want to say that you are. Every one of us are tech
We are.
people.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Would you consider Noah a tech person?
Would I consider
Noah a tech person?
Noah a tech person?
Noah.
Well, in his generation, probably no.
Yeah. But he built an
Invent
ark
something.
that no one has ever built during that time. So we actually, as people of faith, faith actually requires, sometimes faith, and many times faith actually requires technology, because it requires you to innovate, just like Noah. Noah had to build something that has never been built before. We may need to do things that it has never been done before, maybe by us or maybe by people in our lineage or something like that. So to answer your question, technology, our day-to-day lives, things that we are doing, if we can ask ourselves these simple questions that goes around, okay, this thing that I'm doing, does it reflect God's character? Anything that reflects God's character, if whatever we're doing, talking about technology, if it reflects the character of God, does it show, God is a very creative person, a creative being, okay? God is someone that he likes to know whether what he's doing, he did this and he checked it. Is it good? That means that if it wasn't good, he would probably fix it. Or does it reflect the character? What I'm doing, does it reflect the character of God? And does it serve people and uplift lives? And then serving people and uplifting life is also something that you can find the character of God. Things that he does them for a meaning, for a reason. He created a woman because of a man. He created the plants as food for, he created animals. He created, there were meaning to all the things that he was doing. And does it draw us closer to God's kingdom? Now, there are technology that destroys. There are technology that builds things up. Not all technology is what, as believers, that we should actually engage in. For example, pornography is a technology, right? So you don't, if you have to keep checking what the technology is and how it relates to what's in God's kingdom. And by the time we ask ourselves those questions, we know where to go and where we are not supposed to go. And if we if we go in the right direction consistently enough, it's only going to help our faith.
Thank you. Mr. Adenito, how about you? How can technology be a tool to my Christian, to my faith?
Let's take it from this perspective. Faith gives us the why, and technology gives us the how.
Faith
give us the why,
and
the technology give us the how.
How do you mean? Can you expatiate on that?
Yeah, faith gives us why the reason of why we need to do things. We need to preach the gospel. Why we need to preach this gospel? Because we want to save the people. Why we need to make our sermon available online because we want to. Why can we? Why do we need to get our sermon to reach people beyond the border? And technology gave us how we can actually get that done.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that if your faith, if you base your faith on divine and purpose, it will be easier for you to guide how you use technology in a way that is meaningful without you going astray. Because if your purpose and the point of your innovation is being guided by your faith, because faith is it helps us to, like he said, it's faith that Noah used to build the ark because he has not done it before. He has not seen it before. There's no any model that inspire him that he can actually do it. So if I got a revelation now that I need to teach people Bible in 10,000 languages at the same time, or I need to build a AirPod that can convert my English speaking preaching. At least I want to have a crusade that have with the mixed tribes. You get what I'm saying? So technology give me how will I be able to deliver that, and at the same time I'm fulfilling the purpose. I'm staying in the line of innovation, guided by the principle of God, and that is the one reason why technology cannot allow us to go astray. In a very not shell, I said okay. I get something down here. I said that aligning faith with technology means using every innovation, our phones, the internet, and digital platform in a way that honor God, uplifts others, and solve real problems. Faith teaches trust, integrity, compassion, discipline, and purpose. Technology helps us to express those values at a larger scale.
Thank you, sir. So Kawade is here this evening again. Like I said, you're welcome. So let me pause here. I'm sure he has one or two questions to ask our guest tonight.
So before I ask this question, I'm going to play a video. But the whole idea of my question is to ask that, how do we influence technology? It's been proven that many times you hear that technology is neutral. That depends on the nature of the person taking it. But then the question will be that, how then do we influence technology? So, but we're going to play this video. It's just to create a reference and a context to my question.
Just like money, just like time, it's neutral. What's happening now, therefore, with this landscape shift is that the potential for evil
Let's start from the top.
multiplied. And that's why good people can't sit down. People with good values, I mean. People who've chosen love over hate, for example. People who've chosen generosity over... stinginess. People who've chosen to make the world sit down. AI is neutral. It's what you use it to do. Just like money, just like time, it's neutral. What's happening now, therefore, with this landscape shift is that the potential for evil is multiplied. And that's why good people can't sit down. People with good values, I mean. People who've chosen love over hate, for example. People who've chosen generosity over stinginess. People who've chosen to make the world a better place. If we don't take advantage of these tools and accept the responsibility to change the world, people are going to change us and the world together.
Yeah. So that creates a context for the conversation to say, okay, if indeed technology, and as a matter of fact, the new changes we are seeing in technological advancement is mind-blowing. But then the question remains, how do we influence? How are we to influence technology, especially as believers? I think I'll start with Uncle Heidi.
Well, the best way to influence technology, it's actually by the way we use it, by the solution we create out of it, and also by demanding ethical standard around it. He said something that in his comment said that pornography is a kind of, people use technology to promote pornography, and that is why we need to create a kind of ethical standard around how we use technology. And by using technology with purpose, what is the purpose we are using technology for? So in a nutshell, that we influence technology by the way we use it, the tool we create, the value we bring, and the expectation we set for it. Technology is not just shaping us, we are also shaping it every day by giving it a direction. Technology is as it emanates from our knowledge. It emanates from our concept. It is your idea. You choose to use technology for your show. You choose to use technology for selling e-commerce. You choose technology to do podcasts. So we are the one that we are going to give it a direction, a standard and ethic, and how we use technology to be of a good value rather than be a kind of destruction. Like what Pastor Samadi Emi said that many good people right now have to stand up and do something with technology, rather than leaving it for people. It mentioned something that people that love against people that hate. Let's assume the people that have a kind of hate mindset are using more technology, so they are going to promote a value that related to hate. And if people that are full of love, they are not use technology, their reach will be very smaller and their influence will be very little. Like I remember the pastor said to me, the pastor said something about Hollywood, that Hollywood was actually created to promote Christian movies. And sometimes maybe another set of people crept in and started doing the kind of movie that started coming out of Hollywood. Because the purpose of Hollywood is to build movie like the movie about Moses, Jesus of Nazareth, and because maybe good people left that scene for people that are also good and they have different agenda, and they have used that particular platform to promote different kind of things. So if you are going to look at it from another perspective, you look at the mind model as well. It is same thing that people take over mountains in the 7 mind model, use technology to shape our mind. I don't know Trump, but everything Trump said about Nigeria has got to me, has got to my phone. In the last 2 days, I didn't step out of my house, but I can actually hear things. Is that I read the tweet, or I check the post, or I get the podcast. So it is kind of, they assume Trump does not have Twitter, it doesn't have internet, and says something about Nigeria. Who cares? I did that. Nobody even heard anything in Nigeria that Trump said something. So that's one of the reasons why, as a Christian, the way we cherish our value, we always cherish Christian value. We need to stand up, use technology, and set ethical standard around it.
Sorry, in your words, are you trying to encourage more Christians to be involved in the use of technology so we'll be able to influence the so-called the world we are? I'm trying to bring something out of what you have said.
Before using technology, the Bible said that we should be make accountable in every good work. So now we should have technology to hit. So if you said I'm encouraging people, yes, you are very right. But it's a must for us to add to our good work technology and build ethical standard around it.
Well, if I can come in here, Christians should be involved with everything, in everything. Actually, there is this, I don't know where we got it from, that the world is like divided into two. There's Christian, there's what Christian should do, there's what Christian should not do. Actually, and that's where we have Christian clothes, Christian music. They'll say, I'm a gospel artist. So that means, there's a consciousness we have that until we do something a certain way, we are not a good Christian. Until we do certain things, we are not a good Christian. Meanwhile, when Jesus came, he said, those were back in the days when it was Jewish culture. There's a certain way the Jewish were supposed to be. And then Jesus came. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. Love God. And all these things is to tell us that the purpose of everything we are supposed to do as people of God is to just love. There is no other response. Now, coming back to the thing about whether Christians should do this or that or the neutrality, I don't think the world, when they say technology is neutral, I think it's just a cliche. Because technology is, in the real sense of neutrality, technology is usually not neutral. For example, and it's usually in the usage of technology. Technology is like, there is something called democratizing technology. The technology is actually like democracy. It is the government of the people
For the people, by
and
the
for the
people.
people.
Yes, exactly.
So the people that use a technology the most actually dictate
Yes.
the standard.
Yes.
So
That-
the
that-
people
that's-
that use
that-
the technology the
Technology
most
yeah.
are the
They
one that
dictate.
that is where my question comes from. That is it now? What you're saying something in line what I'm thinking, that we Christian, or we should be involved in using technology to shape or to bring up the right values.
Yeah.
The right
yeah,
value, like
yeah,
you said.
Yeah. So if you are not involved in it, there is no way. Yoruba will say, "Oh, Simbe, Onimba will not shake me." It's like when you are not there, your contribution is almost like, okay, don't worry, whatever you do, I agree with it, and that thing that you agree on is going to affect your life.
Yeah.
It's going to affect the life. If it does not affect it directly, it will affect the life of your children.
Yeah.
It will affect the life of your loved ones, and so on and so forth. Like he said, somebody just spoke. Whether it's a good thing he said, whether it's a crazy thing he said, he spoke, or let's say he typed some text on Twitter, and then a whole country is crazy. The Christians, the Muslims, everybody's like, what if I just wake up like this and then there is something missile flying? We should understand that there is implication for every technology that we either engage in or we don't engage in it. So it doesn't matter. Now, I was talking about the neutrality of technology, that it's really, sometimes you think that in a way technology is neutral, but in a way it's not. And the AI is a bad example, because it's really, AI is not neutral.
Why did you say that?
Why did you
AI
say
is
that?
a bad example. It is not neutral, because
Okay.
AI is based on models that you feed into it. So if you feed, so it is the people that fed something into it. I as a user, I am bound by whatever is fed into the AI. For example, I was researching Muslim extremism, blah blah blah, and I didn't know nothing about Quran, right? I don't know anything about it. So it was telling me that, the people that were practicing extremism, they also pick verses in Quran that they say this person said we should do this to infidels, we should do this,
Yeah.
and then AI was telling me that those guys, they were taking it out of context. So somebody fed that into the AI to give me that answer. As a matter of fact, when all this technology first came, in fact, a technology like Google search, there was a time you will search on Google and then it will bring out 8 content. You search on Google about you said Nigerian police, and everything you see there is about police brutality. Is that neutral? No, because that is not all about
police.
Yeah,
Nigerian police. There are good things Nigerian police are doing every day.
Exactly.
So that is a very, very the example of don't let us think that technology is neutral, and that is why responsible societies, they take technology very, very serious. People like police around the world, they are conscious about what technology does for them. Say, okay, this is exactly how we want this technology to work in our. For example, you see, there's a news that came out of China. They said, okay, there's this is the content age now. People are building content, they're doing content, and the China said, okay, before you can talk on a particular topic,
Yes,
you have to be
qualified.
You have to be like, probably you went to school. You can't just go on there and tell them, okay, this is opinion about law. This is how you should treat your body, without even knowing nothing about it. So we need to come back to what you said. The question you asked. Christians should understand the implication of technology, and that technology is not as neutral as we think it is.
So I'd like to take you up on that part of implication, because it looks as though that many of us Christians, what we like to do is to either take a consumer attitude or a what's the word now? Defective attitude to say this thing is bad. And for the other side is to say we just consume and we know nothing about it, right? And you've told us now that it's more about the implication that if we don't do that. And of course, technology also has two sides, the back end and the front end. So in practical terms now, at the back end, what are we supposed to be doing? At the front end, what are we supposed to be doing?
Sorry, can I cite an example just to buttress that question while you think about it? Some years back, early 80s, if you're saved as a born-again Christian, you're not born well to watch TV. You understand what I mean? And see what that has caused. Or you are not a Christian when you begin to listening to some certain things. You know, you just have this TV in your house. But today, the church, the Christian, we're coming back to all of those things. Meanwhile, those who are doing it, they are far away. We're chasing them. So what I'm trying to say is, how do we meet up?
Yeah. How do we meet up?
No. Same question with what he's saying.
Okay. You said that how what do you put the question?
So looking at all of that,
Okay.
because technology has
You are talking about the front end and
the
the back
At the
end.
back end, yeah.
So now, from the perspective of what you are speaking, the back end, like you said, are the people who are feeding what we are using. They are the one who built Google. They are the one who built Facebook. They are the one who even built this internet. And the front end are the user, which we use it as a tool for daily activities. At the front end, we need to do a lot of sensitization and a lot of teachings about which tools is best for you to use this. But the most critical thing that we need to do is we need to involve. Taking for instance about AI, I see when people talk to me about AI, some people say that am I anti-AI or something like that. I said that one of the things that get me angry is that we are glorifying AI so much as if it's going to replace human being. And let me give this perspective that I can explain the two sides. You remember the days that I said that you can survive life without mathematics, and people that don't even love art subject are going to do art. Before AI, I think Mr. Fowler will be able to agree with me that you don't need to code. There's a certain platform you can use to code. Those platforms, there are people at the back end building an agenda that make you not to build codes. And it's so interesting, like what he said, that we Christians categorize certain things that this is bad. And we are not going to touch it. This is not the way of Christian doing things. And when you remove the main reason, the main knowledge, like now you don't need to carry your Bible, your physical Bible. You have phone.
Your sword.
Your sword.
You don't need to carry sword.
It's an agenda that used to water down certain things that you don't need to code. Now in this era, you don't even need coding, you don't even need mathematics. You can build and have a website without having the knowledge. But my issue is that people say that accountant will lose their job, web developer will lose their job, fine, every technology shape things. By the time we transit from donkey to car, it shape things, it really shape things. But why can't we start with the narrative from the front end that as an accountant, learn accounting with AI.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As a developer, let us train to write codes with AI. Know the basics. So now you are telling me that I don't need to read my Bible. I can just ask AI, please tell me scripture that says that I should love my neighbor and myself. What about the context? So that is one of the reasons why we need to do, especially bankend, we need to invent our own model.
We need to invent
our own model. That's what China does. Mm-hmm. Everything America is doing, China will do their own model. When they have WhatsApp, they have WeChat. Mm-hmm. When they have Amazon, they have Alibaba. And they feed their own value, their own cultural system, what shapes them. And you can see that Africa is it that we are looking like America or we are looking like China? True. America remain America. Chinese remain Chinese. Because they influence their technology to follow pattern with their values and so they build their back end. So why can't we have, and there's a lot of knowledge that's still not in the model of AI right now. Tell me about Shango. Do you know? Can you tell me the how many names of Shango did you understand? Can you tell me the name of the rivers? Who are the people? You know, there's still a lot of knowledge that people that fed information into AI models are not even. And now we are taking it as holistic body that once I have 2 or 3 AI, I can tell you I have like 10 or 17 AI apps on this phone. And I've used some of them that they are hallucinating. They are telling me that what is not what is not in existence. Like I'm asking you describe they describe a way to the big network for me, and you're telling me that when I get to Lagos, I should get on a bagger. I asked him to describe a software for me, and he's telling me things that is not in the software. And thank God I knew the software well, and I have to call my wife. Come and see you. Now this guy is hallucinating. Now tell me, where do you see profile under this subheading? So that's why I'm saying that the front end, we need to be actually involved. We need to build our own. Like he said, technology has been democratized, whereby we can determine what we do to it. We can get our own involved.
Yeah.
Why can't we have Nigeria email system? We are still using Gmail. Why can't we have Nigeria?
That is it. I think you've said, you've answered. The question is, what should we be doing as Christians, right? And he said it, that we should actually be building our own. We should be building. We should put ourselves in a place of influence.
I like that.
Yeah,
We should
that's
put
the word.
We should strategically put ourselves in a place of where we can influence things. He mentioned WeChat in China. You know, we think that as users that we have, of course, democracy is good. As a citizen, there are some rights, basic rights I have. But imagine the rights that the president has. So, but as Christians, we are just comfortable being citizens of the world. We are not partakers of
Dictating,
the
shaking
things that is happening in the world. We are saying, and from what you described about the TV, we realized that we were wrong.
Yeah.
We
It is
were
late.
wrong. We were wrong because then somebody sits down and then he looks at an opportunity, maybe a technology, a tool, or a position, and then he begins to think about all the negative things about it.
Yeah.
He did not sit down and say, okay, what are the, in school, when you see merits and demerits, advantages, you think about it. What are the things I can benefit from this thing? So there is, and that is how tools are. They give you benefits, they give you demerits. Now, as a Christian, as Christians generally, we should try to build influence into how tools are shaped, what they are doing, and in educating people on how they can use it. I would give back then in 2015, I was working on a project that was supposed to help Nigerians curb the menace of Yahoo that is here in Nigeria, and I was describing what I thought was the cause of the widespread of Yahoo, because I also I came out of the I grew up with the craze of Yahoo, and I was describing to them that, see, there used to be a time that Yahoo was not this widespread. Young people, they just saw this technology. They knew nothing to do with, nothing good, nothing productive to do with it. Back then, when Mark Zuckerberg, when Bill Gates, when they first encountered the system in their school, or maybe their parents got them a tutor to teach them about it. But then in Nigeria, the first time many of us got to any form of tutor, your parents were not there, your teachers were not
No
there.
guidance, nothing
No guidance, nothing. And I created a position then that the people that were doing Yahoo then, of course, things have changed now, because people that will do Yahoo today, they started out because they want to go and do Yahoo. Back then, people that were doing Yahoo, they did not start out, they did not go to the cafe. The first time they were in the cafe or that they saw the system, well, they did not buy the phone or buy the computer because they want to do Yahoo. They were just wanted to, yes, they were accidental because they just wanted to experience this technology. But without the right, and back then I remember probably I was in GS2, GS3, and then we'll go to cyber cafe, we'll be doing pen pals, talking to pen pals, high five, we'll be looking for friends. Back then I had a friend in Wales, I had a friend in the US, I had a friend everywhere. We'll write messages to them, they will respond. And then we were doing that. All of a sudden, people started discovering pornography. They started discovering, and they now discovered Yahoo. It became something that, we can actually do this. I can actually go on this.
It all starts from Yahoo Messenger.
I can actually go on this place and I would order and I would, they would send me. I remember back then, 2004, in a school, somebody told me, if you go on this place, lemcomputer.com, you will just type your address in Nigeria. Tell them you want to buy. They'll tell you a place that you can go and generate, credit card number. You copy the credit card number, paste it there, and then you order it, and then they will ship it. They will send it to you in Nigeria. And then I'm like, and it was just like that. It started off with people just experimenting, and then it became so. Without guidance, without people, imagine if the church, because you asked the question, what should the church? Imagine if the church had brought the technology, computer technology with internet, and then was training people. And back then, I'm talking about 20 years ago now, where the things that I'm doing today are started then. People were already building websites. People were already building applications. People were already doing a lot of things with the computer, but we didn't know. And those were things that could have been more productive even than Yahoo. They were the things that, assuming those guys were learning those things, they would have become probably the Zuckerbergs of today. So the church should do more to engage people with technology. Don't send them away. Let's look at the positive side of it, and let's start imbibing that into, especially young people. Let's groom them. This is what is happening today. These are the benefits of it. Let's teach them the benefit side of it. So that is my contribution. Thank you.
I think at the end of the day, we end up at this bus stop where it becomes holistic to think that it's even beyond technology now. It's how believers must see themselves, just as I said, beyond regular citizens. We must decide to become people of influence wherever we are. And to make it more practical, I think just to be able to make it real for people is to say that, for example, let's say that where you are is that you are into accounting. There's nobody stopping you to devise technological tools that will make work easier and that will reflect certain biblical values into them. So I think that's what we have all done tonight. I don't know if we still have any words to wrap up because we have to wrap up shortly.
Not much to say. I just want to say that sometimes when we bring this kind of topic on here, we should. I don't like making something sound louder than the word of God. The Bible said that every word that takes itself against the obedience of God shall be counted. I couldn't recite that scripture very well, but what I'm saying is that the best things to do is to go back to our Bible studies. Study the word of God very well. Let it give you direction. In
anything you want to do.
In it, he said that there is a word in it. He said there is a gold and silver in the word of God. So if we actually can go back to do our Bible studies very well and imbibe a right character, right values, and right way of doing things, that's what is going to propel us to go about to shape the technology we are using in a better form.
Thank you.
So each time we should be very mindful of how we rate certain tools as a kind of quicker way to get things done by not actually giving attention to the source of education. Like what is said that if those guys then they are using Yahoo Messenger. They're actually a subject in school that actually introduced internet to us, not that we found it accidentally. It would have been a better. In 2000, we find in my class in Aptech then, we find a code that can generate Econet 16 code digits through Java. And we miss one number. The one number we miss is between zeros and 9. And some guys tried that time and it works. Why can't I engage in it? It's because of my values. Then I was still a Muslim. Because my dad would not want me to do such things. And that's why I backed off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Ayola, any last words?
I don't give last words.
Okay.
Well, we have said it, but in conclusion, so that we can wrap it up, God is the originator, and as Christians, we are supposed to be sons of God. Sons of God, people that will do what God would do. And if God is here on the earth today, He
We
will
have
be
done.
innovating at the scale, even at the scale, we will be everywhere. We will be the one that is doing all these things that the world is doing, like creating whether it's AI, doing. So that means as a church, as Christians, we have a responsibility to show the world what God can do on the earth. Thank you very much.
Wow, amazing conversation tonight. We just have to wrap it up, and you've heard it all. There's nothing to add again. It's just to let us hear these words again. And let's go back to the drawing board. And I love the mixture to say, let's go back to our Bible study, and let's see how we can also become influencers in our world today. Special thanks to Pastor Isaac. Thank you, Uncle Heidi. Thank you, Mr. Ayola, for coming through for us tonight. And we've come to the end of tonight's conversation. Saturday is our leadership meeting, 7 a.m. And then we resume on Sunday again for our Real Success Seminar by 8 a.m. And we're learning about consistency. Please join us. Very important conversation. And for the network service, we're going to be starting the service by 9:30 a.m. And we hope that you can join in. If you have friends coming into Ibadan, let them know that there's a place for them right here at the Bridge Network City Church. And also, if you are a tech bro or you're looking for a workspace outside of your home, know that there's a place for you right here at the NuStreams Hub. We have unlimited internet access. You can just come in, work, and register yourself, and you're good to go. So until we see you next time, stay blessed and God bless you. Bye.